Doggy. Hey, doggy. I know. I know. Hi, doggy. I know. I know. I know. Doggy. I know. I know. I know. I know. Doggy. 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 I know. Doggy. 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 I know. It's mental cueing. They taught me this at the dog training. Just pick a couple phrases. It's pretty pretty rad. Pretty rad, yeah. Mental cueing, yeah. Don't they like facial expressions? Facial expressions. You gotta show people facial. You know, like it's like you're teaching English as a second language. You gotta like you know. Otherwise, people are they just got their iPhone in their face. You know, that might not give them much. Don't you want to make people, better at what they do long term? Like, I don't know if you're a quarterback in society. I don't know if it'll always be a thing, like hundreds of years from now. But like, it all molds into whatever it molds into. If that's some fucking warrior of Avatar tribes going at each other. I mean, we are probably headed for Avatar type life. I think that's pretty obvious. We are definitely headed towards this Avatar type life. But this is this is what they're pointing to. This is all these Hollywood people, and you got Peel and you got Reaganomics, Spacey, cancellation, you have Venice Beach, you got chess, physical therapy. So many factors that are clouding the image that you could deal with here, which takes us back to the soccer field, and where the Irish pub, the Irish pub, but the soccer field, or what do? You do the boxing, or the basketball, or what is it? The Babe Ruth. It wasn't he the beer and the hot dogs. Yeah, they love that, dude. They love that. So it's a guy. He's just a man of the people. Beer and hot dogs. Beer and hot dogs. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Well, that was before like TV. That was before like television. Like they didn't even. There's no concept of this bullshit. Well, I mean, also you're outdoors and you're just there for strength. I mean, you're staying put. I mean, not everyone's gonna go about playing pitcher that way. Not. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess you could copy the Babe if you wanted to, but from a pitcher perspective, I mean, you're not necessarily doing what we like to call like, strong defense pitcher. You know, which means you're like the athletic build of a person. But let's say you can only throw the ball. I don't know, 70 miles an hour. You try about 73 miles an hour. But it's like if you had like Belichick was in like baseball, all these guys could probably cross sport coach if they wanted to. They could try to dissect and look at a different sport than the one that they have coached in. But it would be like if you had a guy who's a really good athlete, really good like defensive. I don't know. Maybe you can teach him to throw 73 miles an hour, 83 miles. I don't know. Something respectable, but he's not like typically going to get like MLB pitcher type of attention. But you are in the sense of this particular coaching style. is like favoring a super fast defensive pitcher that basically isn't even really a pitcher, but just someone that can field the position incredibly well. They're almost like, they come in from another position of another sport, like a cornerback or something like that. Right, so they're super quick. So anytime if they can get a bunt, they're gonna field it properly, and then, so you increase the athleticism of fielding. You can't worry about really the other stuff, but it's like the athleticism of the fielding of the pitcher is where they were talking to it about at Ty Lopez's sport analytics conference. You fucking been to this shit? The Ty Lopez sport analytics conference. Yeah, they were giving us the inside scoop of this fucking shit. But yeah, normally just stay outside and just get all lovey dovey and just have that family with the house. It's always like, think about how hard I think about my pursuit, right? You see how hard I think about my pursuit. It's like I'm David Ortiz or something. Well, like if I do that, and you hit 34 home runs in the MLB, I mean that's a $68 million contract, $100 million contract, whatever it is. So like the dating market would be like, well, yeah, this is a guy that goes for like a home run life. So yeah, I mean the idea is like, I mean when things are good, like you're not working. I mean unless you really like doing it. Um, but that's probably the natural bracket of things anyway. That's not saying anything. That's not saying anything. That's not impressive. That's not like, wow, good job. That's just the natural bracket of things. Is like, I'm going to go really hard at something. Like NHL hockey or something, right? And then, when this woman comes into it, like, I already pre-assess. I'm like, I'm seeing the numbers, like $34 million, whatever. Okay, 20. So, okay, I'm already seeing it's going to be more than enough to live on. So, but my focus is not the money. My focus is the basketball. I mean, I got to do the training. I got to make sure I'm good enough at this sport, and then, respect the sport, or, respect the coaches or whatever. But if I pull this off, this is why you need the emotional support. If I pull this off and make the NFL, well, you're not like working. I mean, this is enough. Like my career is not like a job. Like it's enough to cover for, more than two people. It's the type of thing if you go for painting or skateboard or rap or music or, some of those things. People do them young or they promote a single lifestyle, but it's just kind of if you pull this off, this whole NHL or NFL, whatever it is, this is enough to cover for everyone. So, I mean, you wouldn't be working some bullshit. That's the value of having a guy who's willing to, well, you have to be really good. I mean, you have to be really finely tuned. So, like, anything someone says in the room might be, like, critiqued, or, like, anything, just finely tuned details. But then, you whatever job or task you have is just associated with whatever I need, just basic things. But, like, if you pull this off, see where my mind is set toward it. Yeah, I mean that would be more than enough. I don't need to make you work at some office for 68 grand a year. There's no point. You know that's one of the philosophies, or like rationale of like putting your head towards the fucking thing. Now, can you pull it off? Is the other thing. But it's almost like you kind of have to be more like that's the only option. You might only feel that's the only option after you've seen I mean nothing else really makes you fucking feel safe and comfortable. Um, I think people just want to be able to afford some Chipotle without even thinking about it, and afford fucking movies and gas and live. I mean, you gotta be able to have yeah, I guess it just comes down to being fast and having good timing, because that's where they put a lot of things for guys. or it's being funny, which I think is all the same thing. Like the more athletic I am, the more funny I could probably be, or the more athletic I am, think about the greater lung capacity I have, so the greater like singer I could potentially be. I guess you know, smoke some more weed or something, and then do more musical stuff. But I still had to do like some hard physical capacity stuff beforehand to improve my lung capacity to be a good singer, in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure there's singers that just chain smoke or whatever, but I mean, if you do some, you're mixing lifestyles, but if you're doing the lung capacity, so you better be a better singer. If my timing's better from the sports stuff that I'm playing, well, timing doesn't that work well with like comedy and stuff, and then don't you need to like be like in your body and stuff? So yeah, doing a lot more like body movement stuff ends up working well for like if I want to do comedy or jokes. Um, but how do people monetize it? And you got to get there. Which means there's a lot of people that want to do it that don't get to do it really. Be prepared for take up boxing on the side. Be prepared to you know show that you're worth a spot. It's a coveted spot. Yeah, all those things are a coveted spot. So there's competition for it. You better be able to, or you have to fine tune your mental game. You have to fine tune your game. You have to find those little habits, those little things that keep your mental sharp. Give you the best chance. Yeah, look for that demo tape CD, baby. Look for that demo tape CD, baby. That opera voice, baby. Look for that demo tape CD, baby. Oh, baby. Stevie Wonder, oh, baby. The next soul rock mischief from Detroit, Michigan. From the Motown Special. The Motown Special from Detroit, Michigan. The Soul Wonder. The Soul Wonder. The Soul Wonder from Detroit, Michigan. With the soul voice, the machine, the gravitational force, the gravitational force, the gravitational force of the boxer, the boxer, the boxer, the actor, and the soccer player, the soccer player, the soccer player. So basically, school is reverse. So basically, classroom is reverse, and like dude, they're showing me SNL when I'm in third grade, and then I'm like, well, think about the classroom. Wait, that's a job, right? That's their job. This Saturday Night Live stuff. They're like being goofy with the thing, being funny. Yeah, I get it. That's great. But then think how it's like anti-classroom. The classroom, they tell you to like be silent and like what a waste. Like that's a job, right? Why are we doing this? Isn't it reverse? At least with that job, it is. But some people can be focused. Well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to throw the ball? You want to catch the ball? You want to catch the ball? I know a perfect person. That'd be a great, um, friend and partner to have. You want to catch the ball and do things with your running. Yeah, you want to talk. You want to talk to my girl about this? Is the running on the flow thing? Yeah, the running on the flow thing, just nonstop and just knowing where to go and knowing knowing the seams, knowing how to weave, knowing how to cut through the wind and stuff. Yeah, you want to talk to my girl about that? That's some specialty knowledge right there. Being able to cut through the wind, cut through the seams. Some specialty knowledge. You gotta be Adidas. You gotta be Adidas. Adidas with what? I mean, soccer running's the same as the receiver one. Well, what's the one? What's the best receiver there's been? Probably Moss because it's the deep threat. They didn't have a full. They didn't have like the Patriots, winning organization or something. But it's like, if you have the deep threat there, that's a good one to have. But that's just running straight. That's just running. So you gotta be nonstop. I mean, this is why you gotta get a Chihuahua lab. You have to get a Chihuahua lab because you're getting up on the brain consciousness. You know, these are God's hidden gift, and these things are nonstop. So you get one of these Chihuahua brain implants, dude. The brain implants from Chihuahua Lab mixes from Tijuana be fucking nerve wracking as shit. She's so good. Well, your shit's not funny because you're not winning anything. You're not winning anything. Nothing you do is a win. Nothing you do is winning. That's why I want the rapper to just be like the guy who won the Super Bowl, and he just says two words, and like that's better because at least it's coming from a winner than these people drinking fucking cough syrup. You know, you'd rather just, you know, who are you listening to? These goofy comedies. These goofy comedies are great if you want to do comedy, but who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Basketball? You got to get real clear because there's a huge difference. There's like, you want to be Stockton? I mean, that's your whole personality. If you want to be that, then you know what you're doing. If you want to be exactly that, you want to aim for that, then yeah, you probably got to be like a fireman. Probably work your way into being like a fire chief, I would bet. To probably build the character. You're trying to build that as a character or something. You're trying to be a Marino or something. Think about the fucking just the difference, the blast from the past. Like, used to have that, and now you get these body surfers. You get these body surfers and stuff doing the quarterback. Oh my god. I mean, do you need to throw? I mean, when it gets windy, what do you get when it's windy? Gotta have that tells me you must have a pretty strong arm then. You gotta be pretty confident. You know, that's the reality though. I mean, it's all weather with the majority of that sport. They're all weather, most of them. So yeah, it's gonna be blazing heat. It's gonna be most people are doing workouts indoors. But like a sport, you know, if you think about it, most of them are outside. So heat, cold, wind, elements. Yeah, it's fucking cold, dude. It's not that enjoyable. I would probably do. Well, I'm trying to think about it from chess. I mean, I guess you have to get out there with the F-ball. If you're being game time about it. If you're gonna be game time about it, then just be running up hills and I mean drifting up hills, whatever you can do, and push-ups, and I mean you can do the basketball dribbling because it's like, you know, it helps to have ball skills. You know, you can do like ball handling with a basketball if you're like a cornerback or something. You know, ball skills. Well, that's the biggest flip is like, all the receivers have ball skills. They can all do stuff with it. But I guess if you had a good corner or safety with like good ball skills, it's like the biggest flip because like if they get the ball, you know, I mean, the thing about for the offense, they get -7 points. The offense on their drive gets -7 points. You know, like with a pick six or with a fumble return six, or a pick six. Or sometimes what they do is they get the pick, and then they could run it in if they wanted to, but then I guess they run out of bounds, kick a field goal. I guess it's for the the playing etiquette. They run out at the 22. on 1st and 10, they kick a field goal. It's a playing etiquette thing. Just get Landon Donovan to play the kicker. Kicker's such a false position. I mean, you gotta just have relying on the kicker. You know they designed football. You gotta clear up the history of the sport of this, but you know they focused more so on the downfield laterals, and keeping the play alive. The downfield laterals and keeping the play alive. You know this, right? The beginnings of the sport of football. It wasn't really played the same, and they weren't really. Yeah, I think about Unitas was the one that starts throwing it more. They weren't even really throwing it before then, but you know, football dates way back before 1950 or whatever it was. So the beginnings of football was more the quarterback running with like triple options and stuff, and they're doing hootsy doos and fucking free kicks and laterals down the field and stuff like that. Keep the ball alive. I mean, it's like you're playing basketball. You get the ball downfield to the receiver or the running back, and then they kind of like break off to the like they're Steve Nash, like they're probing, and they like pause and like slow it down and like you know throw a lateral back. It's like a new wave of football. If you could do it, you have to slow down the players, and at times almost like you're Shakespeare. You're like setting up a play. You have to get the accordant pieces to move at this different speed, because obviously they can move 100 miles an hour, you know, as pro football players, but you have to be able to, you know, shift them here or there, which can, you know, slow down the paralysis and move it into that the Dark Knight Rises, kind of the crescent down the football field on the Pittsburgh Steelers on the return when the tectonic plates shift and you get that split crack down the football field grass, and the immovable object becomes the unknowable stone, and that happened right before you even saw it coming. So that's what the splurge was, and then that's you know what my doggy llama does for all of us. There's a doggy llama. You know what the doggy llama? Doggy llama. But yeah, I'd be checking out my DJ concert, trying to learn how to rap and stuff. I'll be teaching the new folks. Be releasing some attempts to the hip hop charts and stuff. Be nice with the attempts, but we'll be here to you know get the board and you know get the put back for you. Check them out.